Hello, my dear ones. It's been a couple of weeks since I've been able to do a video because I've been doing other videos. Matter of fact, I've shot 4 or 5 videos on specific conditions. I've done a video on what the medical doctors term cancer, which is lymphatic stagnation and acidosis and tumor formation, things like that. And then there's a video on inflammatory conditions. There's a video on skin conditions, and there's a video on why we recommend the diet that we do. Why do we recommend raw foods? Why do we recommend fruit over vegetables? Why do we recommend these things? And I did that so those that are coming into the club, those that want an appointment here, can access these videos and see, get some information before they come. And I know they get a lot on the YouTube. I was going to put it up on the YouTube channel, but we've redone our club, we're in the process of redoing our club website and that. And so it's going to be free. It's already free. But we don't have to go through the rigmarole of the $10, $10 back sort of thing. And so we're going to have fun with this. But we'll put these videos up on the our new web site here for the club, and then you can access it. It's just becoming a club member, and all because to become club members, just agree to the terms, which is simply just to realize we're a private sector, private health club. And that we're here to have fun, to get healthy, to get vital, and to share information as it's our constitutional right. So that's all that is. And then come aboard and enjoy those videos, But it helps to alleviate so many questions pertaining to skin problems and things like this, because we go over quite a bit on the YouTube. The importance of cases, though, for each and every one of you, I get that. I wish I had that luxury when I was coming up through here to have someone that's had experience tell me what to do, and what causes it and how to fix it. That's always been a problem with naturopaths and stuff, because when mostly you're into Bastyr, Southwest here in America and stuff, and these are medical schools. The use of naturopathy or naturopathic, they don't use naturopathy because that would be a lie, but using naturopathic cringes me, because they recommend high protein diets. And this is a sad, sad thing, because when you're in trouble with extreme acidosis, to recommend a high protein diet, which is an acid-ash food, is accelerating a person's problem, not fixing a person's problem. And for a naturopath to accelerate a person's problem grinds my grits the wrong way, because it's like I've spent all these years to try to get people to accept naturopathy and naturopathic, and then we have idiotic schools like Bastyr and Southwest spending all of these people's money to teach them the wrong crap. Teach them supplements and things like that. They don't know anything about curing or teaching about the lymphatic system and how parathyroid fits into depression and bruising easy and all these things like that. You guys have a big leg up. And so it's almost a waste of time to go to these naturopathic schools and get a degree, because what are you going to do with it? So many naturopaths come to our schools because they're sitting there, well, I wasn't taught all this. And that's kind of sad, particularly now. I've been out there, probably aggressively in the last 25 years, but so I'm going to give you a logic of creation, and the magic of foods and their effect upon the body is amazing. But that's what your body came out of. Everything we do with comes out of nature, comes out of chemistry. So we would apply chemistry in every situation there is. You check out this measles thing. You see the ignorance abounds, continually abounds in the AMA. And we just recently had a lady come down, sweet thing that learned the truth about health, and we've been dealing with child services with her in Connecticut. Connecticut, what's going on with you guys? You can start getting into the power and control. Oftentimes of the Democrats, I think, and not that I'm either one, but the power and control, government control is, you want it, take a look at it. And this lady just came down for an appointment, which Child Services said she had the right to. And suddenly they panic and have child services in Florida come and take her child, right? Just shortly outside the clinic here. The anger and things that you feel, of course, can't be measured. In my case, because I'm a warrior dude. And these type of humans are very low-level humans. And I've dealt with child services for years, and these guys are out of control. These people are so narcissistic. It's one thing to work with children that are abused. There's no question. I mean, anybody would question that would, I don't know, be ignorant. But when you have mothers and fathers trying to help their children without pharmaceuticals, and all she had was RA, rheumatoid arthritis, big deal. Now, that's their name for a high acidic condition of the body that affects the joints, all right? So, fixable, very, 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 very fixable. It's not like you have tumors growing all through them and things like this. But they wanted to juice the little girl. They wanted to give her a bunch of steroids, of course, and maybe chemotherapy. Well, the mother's panicking because she's learning the truth. So they did let her go to another practitioner up there, and they went to a naturopath. Guess what the naturopath requested her mother do? High protein diet. On a high inflammatory condition, he should have lost his license. If he had a license, or she, because that's an extreme oxymoron if you understand chemistry. And if you don't understand basic chemistry, then you shouldn't be a practitioner. I'm sorry, and that includes medical. And they think they know chemistry. It's like, really? Really? I don't think so. You guys know more about the health and wellness of the human body than most any practitioner out there. That's why I love you guys. You guys are good. Easy to understand. This lady came down with a brain tumor. She said, I first watched your video. She said, because she was raised by a mother who was into ginseng and the natural hygienic people and things like this, see? So she was raised in the consciousness of wellness. And then when she started listening to our video, she said, she said, it can't be this simple, but it is. And that's the fact of it. Why would things be so complicated that you couldn't understand them? Why would that be part of the journey here, is to entrust others for your wellness? No, you're entrusted for yourself in your own wellness and awareness. So it's just, it's just the unawareness that hasn't become awake yet, or at least developed to a higher level. And you can't say anything about it much other than that's the rhythm of creation here, is you basically start out at all these lower levels of unawareness, growing and becoming more awake as you go on. Interestingly so, but these lower levels of unconsciousness is killing so many people and hurting so many people. We can call it karma. That's true. And you can argue that. But then I like to say that we're here to help people unwind their karma and get free of that burdensome and enjoy their wellness and their journey and start being more of a conscious creator of their journeys. And then maybe have a higher level of experience outside of the physical creation, or have a higher level of fun in the physical creation. Absolutely. So I felt sorry for that poor mother, and we taped the session with her, and I went over iridology because the child services wanted to know what I thought of her eyes. And so here I am, I'm taping it for them. There's nothing abnormal. The mother has full faculty. She's not weird or nothing. Her parents are the one that turned her in. Imagine that. Imagine that. That's why I say, you're on your own journey here. This idea of your parents and your mom and your dad and all this, don't get hung up on those emotional traps, because you're on your own journey, just like your mother and your father are on their own journeys. They just happen to come together and bring out a body that the universe felt that you should inhabit. But you're on your own journey, and when the chips are down, your parents will sell you out too. I mean, this is unbelievable. I see this all the time. And it's a sad thing. Now her parents, the child's grandparents, have to deal with, where's the baby? No one knows where the baby is. 4 years old. And then what are they doing to her? So was that all worth it? It's a sad thing. I think all the parents of children should rally rally the Trump administration and start getting some changing in the consciousness. It's like this measles bull crap. If you have a lymphatic system backed up, it's all the push for vaccinations and mandatory vaccinations. So what are we going to do? Throw millions more into ADD and seizures and things like that because they think you should be? Nobody dies from measles. Your lymph system is backed up. You're a milk drinker. Expect the measles. Mumps, any of that stuff. They just think these are diseases and the poor kids are da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So, detoxify. This is what they have to learn. How do you clean out the human body so you're not involved in those things anymore? Terrain, terrain, terrain. Your terrain, your inner terrain is everything to your experience. So it's just a sad state that this planet is in a sad level. It's a warring planet. The awareness is so low, it's unbelievable. So it's nice to see a group of you guys that are opening yourselves, wakening up to these things, and it's sad that people are moving out of this country to have freedom with health care with their children. People are moving to Costa Rica and other places that allow freedom to help your kids as you want to. I suppose, that I have part of my legal team is very much into government overreaches, and he's got a book coming out pretty soon. It's just going to blow the socks off of people that really read it and understand really what's going on and jurisdictional issues and all this. It's pretty in-depth at understanding just what they've done with the laws and things to get the jurisdictions that they think they have. And child services is one of them. And it's just, it's vomitous that these people, ladies particularly, mothers themselves, think they're doing righteous things when a mother wants to treat her baby the way she wants to treat her baby. It's regurgitating. But that's the same state that took that 17-year-old out of her home, juiced her, tied her, strapped her down and gave her chemo. When you have a state like that, you have a totalitarian state, a state that thinks they're above all rights of God and man. And that, that's a narcissistic level that's beyond belief. And if we're not careful, it'll filter down into these other states. But in some of these eastern and then the western states, that's where all this narcissism is. They think they're better, and they know, and everybody should follow their ways. And it's like, I'm sorry, that's not how it is in creation. But that's how they're making it, suppressing the rights of everyone. They freak out with the cancer word. So then they give them chemotherapy, which kills them too. It is such a criminal conspiracy going on. It's unbelievable. And these are unconscious players, righteous and narcissistic players. A lot of your politicians. Ugh. Yuck. But don't fall into that, you guys. And parents, get your babies healthy. It's going to get to the point where moms and dads are not going to take their children into a medical doctor at all for fear that anything happens, they'll lose their children. So that they're creating a pushback from their own modality because people are going to stop coming to them. But in reality, they're the most killers of humans on the planet. When you have a quote-unquote health, which we should sue them for that, modality that claims that they're the end-all of all things health-wise, and yet they're the top killer of humans on the planet more than wars, that's pretty freaky. Pretty freaky. When you claim you have to kill someone, a percentage of kill ratios that we have is acceptable. Like the FDA allows a certain kill ratio with pharmaceuticals. Well, in hospitals, I spent years in hospitals, there's a kill ratio nurses have. There's a kill ratio medical doctors have. You have a kill ratio. If I killed one person, do you think they hear the end of it? Yeah. So, pharmaceuticals have a kill ratio. So if 5% of the people die, well, of course it's going to be higher than that when you really look at it. The ratios of death taking pharmaceuticals is staggering. So protect yourselves. That's all I got to say. Anyway, you guys ready for class? Yeah, it's coming up Monday, and this is Wednesday. I always get nervous before a class, you know that? And I've taught through all these years, how many classes on health, out-of-body travel, spirituality, and seminars I put on. Holy crap, thousands. I still get nervous. This is Roxana. Good morning, Doc. My name is Roxana, and I found out about you from many YouTube videos. My dad, who is living in Romania, you know, I get so many great Romanians, was recently diagnosed with hepatic cancer, which is liver, with metastasis to the lungs. Well, remember, their word metastasis simply means that, on our side of the fence, means that the lymph system that's causing the problem is causing the problem in two places. Well, knowing that the lymphatic system uses the kidneys and the skin as their eliminative organs, and that the lymphatic system deals with metabolitic acids, then you understand that anything on that particular right side is up for grabs for that man of yours, your dad. Lungs, liver, you know, are all up for grabs with that. GI tract, maybe even part of the pancreas, you know, who knows. But it's enough to say that anything that's on the right side is up for grabs. Even the kidneys are up for grabs for that. And it simply means that, as a rule, you'll find this starting in the genetically weakened areas, of course, where you're compromised lymphatically, and perhaps that's where his weaknesses are. But you're going to do the same thing, understanding that it's the lymphatic system. These are lymphomas, as the medical doctors claim. So you're going to go after the lymph system, right? That's where the lymphocytes are. You know, lymphocytes are your immune cells that help to correct us, to help to deal with the cells that are damaged. Only 1% of the blood has lymphocytes in it. So this is all how the body deals with damaged cells. Well, it needs a lymph node to go to. And if you can't get to the lymph node, if you can't get damaged cells to the lymph nodes, then they're going to stay in tissue, because you can't move that out in that direction. And that's the problem. Stagnation of that system means that you can't clean the related areas, like the liver and the lungs and all that, lymphatically, until you open up a pathway. We have to use salves to try to pull the tumors out and things like that, which is becoming forbidden by the FDA. I mean, this is kind of, you know, we're allowing these totalitarian type of thinkers in here. And my legal team is definitely gearing up for some strong fights about antitrust laws and things like this that the AMA has been breaking for how many years? States have been breaking, you know, infringing on other rights. You know, this is a big deal. But we have to demonstrate to the world that our system is scientific and sound as you can get, and that the cures in man's conditions are at an all-time high. That there isn't anything a person can't cure. You might be too advanced to get the body back. Well, enjoy the ride out. I mean, I'll go for you. I know that's maybe the same place, but you know, leaving this heavily chemical world will only bring a smile to your face, not a depressed look. You know, the undue fear of being out of your physical body, that's undue fear. It is better. It is more enlightening. It is more joy, nor nirvanic. It's not less. You know, we just have so many attachments to things here that we don't want to live. Well, that's part of what Buddha said, detachment. Key to having awareness. Because everything you own. Literally. Everything you own has a chain around your neck. The trick is owning, but not owning. Play with your car, play with your mate, play with your bike, or play with whatever, but don't own it. Or it owns you.
For the beautiful abundance that is Hawaii, the opportunity to be a steward of the Aina, the land that feeds and provides. This song reminding us that spirit is in the land. Each time we put our hands deep in the soil, that reminder comes forth.
Mau ke e o ka aina I ka pono o Hawaii. Ua mau ke e o ka aina I ka pono o Hawaii. Ke akua aina, yes. Ke akua aina, yeah. Ke akua aina, yes. Ke akua aina. spirit of the land is preserved in righteousness. Oh, Hawaii. The spirit of the land is preserved in righteousness. Oh, Hawaii. Kea kua aina, yes. Kua aina, yeah. Kea kua aina, yes. It's in the seeds we plant, it's in the words we chant, yes. How we provide for each other. It's how you choose to live, how you choose to give, yes. Respect for all of creation. Kea kua aina, yes. Kea kua aina, yeah. Kea kua aina, yes. Kea kua aina. Stop all this nonsense, you Monsanto. We don't need any more your GMO. Stop all this nonsense, you Monsanto. We don't need any more your GMO. What we need, what we need. What we need, what we need. What we need, what we need. What the people really need. Honesty, the best policy to live by. Stop making promises that turn into lies. Our eyes have seen and our hearts have felt. We won't be dealt another bad card, 'cause we're growing food in our backyard. And we won't be dealt another bad card, 'cause we're growing food in our backyard. Yes, aloha aina, yes. Ooh. Aloha aina, yeah. Plant your seed, plant your seed. Ooh. Save your seed, save your seed, yeah. Plant your seed, plant your seed. Save your seed, save your seed. True organic food production, yeah. That's what we need. Yeah, give us true organic food consumption, yes. Oh, and give us true organic food production. That's what we need. True organic food consumption. Action takers, movement makers, ho'ohonua, imua. Action taker, movement makers, ho'ohonua, imua. Plant your seed, plant your seed. Save your seed, save your seed, yes. Plant your seed, plant your seed. Save your seed, save your seed. Kea kua aina, yes. Kea kua aina, yeah. Kea kua aina, yes. Kea kua aina. Aina, friends. Spirit in the Aina, the land that provides, the land that feeds. Aloha.